Hey everyone. So I did a video a couple days ago on circuit boards, and I thought I would revisit that subject because I reviewed the video and there's a couple things I didn't like too much. So I'll do a couple things that did a little different here. So first of all, this is VR circuit boards. And I didn't feel like I got some close-ups enough of the other one on the other video. So this is the video. This is the what I'm talking about. This video, this circuit board is off of a Dell computer docking station, and these right here, that's the tantalum. These little yellow boxes. You see more over there. They're not very common to find on anything because of their scarcity of the thing. This one also has some tantalum on it. See, there's little yellow boxes. There's a tantalum. This is out of a laptop. Laptops always kind of have a strange shape to them. This is just generally a computer by Dell. So I got the chip in this one. I'm sorry, that's a TV. That's out of a TV. I showed you this board last time. That's out of a laptop. And you can see I've got quite a few boards here. In general, I wanted to just go over a few other things to review with them that I didn't do in the last video. So when you send these in, if you want to sell them to the board.com or Board USA, they grade these or judge them by this. This is like one socket green board. That's what they go by. How many where your CPU unit goes. That's also out of a laptop. Okay, this would be a one socket red board. There, obviously. This would be a two socket green board. A little bit more money. More stuff on there. See here, we've got all kinds of ones. Lots of stuff on that little board. Very intricate. You know, some people take these CPU chips off of here too, and you can you get enough of them, I guess you can incinerate them, and there's gold to be had there as well. That's a lot. I've never done that, and I don't know how to do that. But see all these. These aren't even computer boards, but there's a lot of these are real high end, obviously. So they can they'll take boards like that at the board place. This one here, this is just a connector for extra connections on your computer. It's got the gold fingers on it. These are all so that's another laptop. You can notice how that'd be a single chip there on that one. Other connections on here, all kinds of stuff. These little things here, those aren't tantalum, but they're another. Can't remember exactly what they're called, but they also, lots of those things on here worth money. But I mean, they're too small for me to fool around with and take off of there. Just send this stuff into the board place. You know, these are all. I tore apart a lot of computers. I've been saving them up to send all in at one time. You know, and there's another single socket. There's probably another laptop. This is also a laptop, single socket. I was saving them up for a while, and I'm going to send them all in one big haul, you know, all at one time. It's another. That's a Dell, a standard Dell computer, which are low end one. That's a single socket green board here. You know, I've taken the CPU chips out of these and all the RAM memory sticks. They're very pricey. The chips that are in here, Some are worth more than others. Some are worth nothing. I mean, the older one's just another single socket green board. You can tell there. I mean, they're all very, very different, but basically they're all the same. You know, another single socket green board. There's still the chips on there. I mean, if you want to take all these chips off here, but I don't really see the purpose in all that. I just put them in, and they pay a certain amount for. There's some more tantalum on that one. See right there, right here, right there. Sometimes they have them, sometimes they don't. Kind of getting this. I mean, so the tantalum's another single socket green board. Tantalum is expensive element, and it does take the price of a lot of other components. So it is worthwhile maybe to take those off and save them up in a little jar if you've got an amount of them. Because as I said the last time, the price per ounce is higher than that of gold. So you know, I've checked it, and you can check it very easily online. And there's other videos out there talking about it. And I've taken it off some boards, and some boards I haven't fooled around with. Another box here. This is probably all I put all red boards in here. These were some oddball computers I picked up, a whole bunch of them, and you can see these ones are all very similar to the single socket boards here. They all had a Pentium 2 chip, I think, or older. So these are all just about the same kind of. They're all the same board, more or less. The red boards aren't got the value of the green boards for whatever reason that might be. No, but that's the way it is. It's a pricing thing. The red boards are worth less than the green boards. The blue boards are worth less than the green boards. Also, the boards that are worth the most when it comes to computer boards are the big. That's from a server. Those are with the 2 sockets. It's all kinds of components on that thing, so they're, you know, they get more money for that one. I showed you these before. This is a TV out of a TV board, but you know, there's quite a few components on there that are, so it's worth sending something like that in. That's out of a satellite receiver, actually. This one, and you know, there's just some really tiny stuff on here. I don't. You know, sometimes these have a lot of gold on them for the, you're doing gold recycling. That one's not that much anything on it. Showed that one before. That's a radio, AM/FM radio board. They're pretty easy to spot once you see them. This board here, this one's just garbage. Anything that was on here before has been taken off. That's had probably some transformers on it and some other relays type of things, and this was probably out of a TV, one side of a bigger board. That's actually, there's nothing on there that's thrown out. There's nothing on there that's worth anything at this point. Just another little calculator or circuit board of some sort. A couple chips on there that you want to do something with, maybe. This is another circuit board to a TV. This would be the probably the video card or something for that TV. I don't see, there's an antenna right here. I don't really see too much on this board. There's a lot of resistors, transistors. I mean, really, this board is just nothing that you're really gonna. They really wouldn't want this to be for scrap for them to turn into a board place, and there's really nothing on here that for a scrapper like us to get anything off of. I would just call that board just. I'd put that in the trash pile, more or less. This is similar style. This is another TV board. There is a transformer right there. It's got some copper in that, so that can be removed. That's about it on that board. That copper is maybe a piece of aluminum right there too. But other than that, I'd pull that thing off, and that board's garbage. It's a nothing to it there. There's another radio, AM, FM. You can always tell they have a very similar circuit patterns, and so you always know when you got one of those. This is a little newer one, but as far as that board is concerned, I don't see anything on there that's worthwhile to us kind of scrappers that would be useful in any way to us. You know, if you were into doing some really small electronic work or work on a radio or something like that, it might be something to get the IC chips off of there maybe, and that'd be about that. Okay, this board here is off of probably a microwave oven. There's the LED, LCD, I mean. The transformer can come off of there, and that's a relay switch right here. Got copper in it, so those two pieces come off there. That's a big integrated circuit. I mean, you might want to throw that if you're you are collecting them. These big ones like that will be the ones to get. They're pretty easy to get off of there. Just cut these pins down here and get that off of there. But I'd take that transformer up there and the relay switch, and the rest of it's that's the speaker. That right there is the sound. Your beep 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 right there. It's sort of a speaker, but not really. Kind of there's some metal in there. Not much to it. This board here, this piece of aluminum, there it's anodized aluminum, but it's aluminum. Come off there. The rest of the board got some gold pins on here, gold fingers. I send this board in just because it's got a lot of small, really small micro chips on here, and so that would go in. This is a card out of I'm not sure, out of a computer. I think this is a card out of the server computer. I think that's where that came from. This was a this is a board that was out of that server. They connected a bunch of hard drives. There's an inductor here, the copper on it, and that's about it on that thing. I wouldn't say it might make that. That's not even, that's just a button. There's really nothing else on there that's worth anything. That's just garbage as far as I'm concerned. But the inductor, take that off of there and get rid of the rest of it. It's another radio. You start to be able to identify these after a while pretty quickly. They have the same look and feel about them. They all built the same. They've been building them the same way for a long, long time. So, and as far as that one's concerned, I look over the board here. It's that's just garbage. There's nothing there at all worth keeping at all. So I'm gonna throw that out. Sometimes you get behind and you throw them in the bucket here and they just don't get taken care of right away. There's a relay switch right there. It's got some copper in it, so I pull that off of there. As you can tell, the color of the board gives it away a lot of times too. This is off of this is a TV of just the control of probably a power switching part of the TV or something. Anyway, that relay come off of there. The rest of it is that garbage. There's nothing there. This is a microwave. Haven't pulled that apart yet. There is silver in these on the control panel, the touch buttons here. To get that, you got to pull all that apart. This panel here probably got nothing in it. Probably there might be a transformer on the back of that, real small. But you get in here and you pull off the inside of here. There's a thing that operates the touch buttons, and that's got silver in it. And we save a bunch of those. And I've heard there's a place that we can send those to. I don't really know all the ins and outs that go into it, but this one is a antenna would go in there. It's off of this is a TV also. Probably have a monitor type TV, a little bit higher end piece, but really this is just, there's nothing here. There's nothing here for anybody that's for kind of scrapping that we do or I'm into. There's, you know, this is just little capacitors. There's some crystal here, a couple of IC chips. You can pull those IC chips off of there, and that's about all I see on that board at all. I throw that away really. Of course, this board, I showed you this the other day, this white board. This is actually just garbage anyway. Still in my box. I didn't really do anything with it yet, but yeah, that's a on-off knob, or resisted knob. I have enough. If you want to save that, you could. I mean, it's a control knob, but I got plenty of those already. This board, piece of aluminum come off there. A little itty bitty transformer right there. Not too much to that. A little, maybe some copper in that. Yeah, that's a 5-second. You know, these things, you get stacked up on you, and you just don't get time to go through them all. And you know, that's another radio board. You can tell, always tell, like they're very compact. They've always got these adjuster tuner pieces on them. And like I said, for the most part, you know, my helper throws these in the box, and because I just say throw all the circuit boards in there so I can look at them. And this is another one that's just there's nothing there for that's interesting for us to make any money on or anything like that. If we even wanted to, you know, stuff like this. This is that counterpart. This is just trash. You know, so as you keep scrap metal, there's these apart, get all the scrap metal out of them. That's what I take that apart, get the scrap metal out of it, and throw the plastic and whatever away, because it's nothing. I have a whole lot of scrap metal, but I keep these pieces like that. Sometimes these switches, if you like switches, I have tons of switches, but you know, it's always good to have a switch for projects, because I do lots of projects. Now this is pins that go in there. That's a specialized kind of pin. Sometimes you cut or keep something like that, because if you have I keep a lot of plugs, all the plugs and stuff. I keep it because when you find stuff, you can plug it in. And these things, these warts. If you don't have, if you have a lot of these, you break these open, and there's a transformer in here, and a couple other items for the copper. This is a brass. These are, you know, they're coated, but they're brass. You can save those up too and take them in as brass. There's a transformer in there, and you know, they usually got pretty good weight to them. So that's copper in there. You just bust them up with a hammer. That's absolutely just nothing. Some connecting ports. I mean, it probably looks like there might be some gold pins and whatnot in here. And if you want to take the time to get those out of there, then you're doing the gold thing, and you know, just go with that. Another wart. This one's broken up already, so I'm going to show you inside here. It's inside. This little small one. Let's see, you got the transformer right there. Some capacitors and whatnot. A little light made for like LED light. Of course, the pins, the prongs for brass. Transformer on that one, three transformers on there. Pull those off, throw the rest of the thing away. And these are all just little pieces and parts that come out of different items. Can't even remember all the things they come out of. This is I think this came out of a car stereo, is what that is. I don't see anything on there that really, maybe these push buttons might be interesting, but other than that, it's not working too much. There's another car stereo piece, got a good transformers there. They're wrapped in copper. Those ones are usually pretty good when they got that nice copper coating around the outside of them. So, you know, all that copper, it adds up. It adds up. It adds up. And, that's the whole point. Get as much as you can. This is another car stereo. There's not a whole lot on there that I see. That's nothing. And you know, you get boards a lot of times. There's just nothing on them, and especially some car stereo. And you know, like I said the last time, that's a piece of junk. Whiteboards are 99.99% junk. Never nothing on those things. They're so old and crappy, and just nothing high tech about them at all. Whiteboards, that's probably out of a TV or a car stereo, one or the other. Looks like it's car stereo, probably. Yeah, nowadays, the way they make things nowadays, you get less and less and less of anything useful inside. Sorry about that. You get anything useful inside these circuit boards, and they get more and more with the integrated circuits on them, and you can't. There's just nothing for your average scrapper to do. But so these boards, all these ones that are computer boards with sockets and chips, put tantalum on them there. They're all, you can send them into this company. You just search online for them, you'll find these companies to buy the boards. Come on.